I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
What a day in the market, man. We dropped what? Almost 500 points in the Nasdaq 100, around 460 points in the regular Nasdaq, and around 100 points in the SP 500, and around $11 in the triple Qs. What a move today. Now, what I notice is there is a bull case to this, and there is a more bearish case. I'm going to get that to in a second, but I'm just going to go ahead and knock out this bull case. We are on support of this right here. Now, this support can come into play. It really could. I mean, is it going to be where it's going to bounce and go back up to 610 in the triple Qs? No. Well, you could see this probably this Monday or Sunday night is you actually could see a push back up to the 200 moving average, and then the real selling could start for the next week. Or how this could play out is we could just blow past it, like it's not going to hold at all. And that's what I really want to talk about to you guys is be very careful. The selling in the market hasn't even started yet. It kind of started because we broke the 200 simple moving average on 6 mega 7 stocks and every single index. But what I'm saying is it's not going to really start until one stock actually breaks, and that's going to be Apple. Once again, Apple sitting on that 200 moving average saying nope, not yet, not today, we're going to wait until next week. Apple is the remaining key to this. Now there is a case where Google can drop more and actually force Apple, but in general, if Apple does break this 200 moving average, that is definitely going to absolutely cause chaos in the market. Now, what I really want to talk about though is you need to be careful because we're not in a bull market, guys. So if you're doing calls or you're thinking the market's going to go up, that's not the way to trade this. If you're going to trade it, it's just the inverted way of trading a bull market. Now let's just talk about it right here because honestly, we can just do it off of the Apple's chart really quick. So let's just pull up the 10 and 20 moving average. Now on a bull market or a bull push, whatever, this was around 400 in the triple Qs and we went up to 639 in the triple Qs from this push. Now you can see in a bullish phase how we always find support on the 10 or the 20. Sometimes we just drop past it and then it finds really big support, rides the 10. Now, if you're trading a bear market, it's inverted. Now, try not to catch the falling knife. A lot of new traders are going to probably do that with this upcoming week or the next week, and I can tell you that's not how you do it. What you really want to do is if you are trying to short, like Apple or any Mega 7 stock or at index or something like that, you really want to wait for that 10 or that 20 simple moving average to get hit, and then you'll get another rejection. All it is just a inverted bull push. That's all it is. So how we bounce and find support off the 20 and then bounce up, it's just like that. We drop and then we find support on the 20 and then we drop more. So if you are shorting this upcoming week, make sure you keep that in your playbook. Pull up your simple moving averages, watch your 10 and your 20 if you're trying to short on a level. Don't just short randomly through this. And that goes with every Mega 7 stock. That goes with all the indexes too. Now, but I'm really curious of what's going to happen next week. It's mostly going to probably be Apple. I can tell you that's probably going to break the market. Or in general, it's probably going to be Google. The reason why Google is, if you actually look at Google, it just started its drop to the 200 moving average. Guys, if Google gives out, it's going to absolutely destroy the market. It is going to push Apple past its 200 simple moving average. It's going to push every single Mega 7 stock that's, I didn't talk about yet, way past their 200 simple moving average. NVDA actually broke its 200 simple moving average today. The show is about to start. Now, the thing is, though, you need to realize, and I had to learn this too as a trader. Back in my last bear market, I had to learn it probably very well. The dopamine rush that you get to play, like, shorting. I've seen a lot of traders go, oh, the market's dropping, I'm going to short. Oh, the market's dropping more, I'm going to short. You need to wait for those bounces back up to the 200 moving average. And what I'm talking about is, let's say the market does give out, right? Let's just go to the triple Qs as an example. So let's pull up triple Qs, and what I want to point out is this. And this is the last bear market. This is how I learned my lesson. You will always get a really hard drop when you actually start to break the 200 simple moving average, but you will always get a pop back up to the 200 simple moving average, and then you'll get another rejection in the long run. And as you start to go more and more down in the the indexes, you'll see the 200 simple moving average what it'll do is it'll start to cross over, and you'll start to see the perfect times to short. Now, I'll show you in a second, but that's what I want to tell you is if you're trying to short, don't let your emotions get in control of this. You're always going to see a pushback up to the 200 moving average. You're always going to have another time to short. It doesn't mean, we're going to drop 30% of the market tomorrow. You will always have dip buyers. You always will have bulls. And I just want you to realize that, because I had to learn that in my last bear market. And I do remember that. Every time that we had a really extreme sell-off, I can tell you Ron was posting hella videos saying we're dropping 30% tomorrow. Don't play like that. What you want to do is you want to wait for that pushback up to the 200 moving average. And that's going to be really key to this. Back up to the 200 moving average. Back up to the 200 moving average. Take a break, guys. You don't have to trade every single day. I'm telling you, if you wait for the right times to get in the market, you will have better plays than trying to buy the bottom and push back up to the 200 moving average. You will reject a lot harder than you will push back up to that 200 moving average. I promise you. And that's what I want you to realize. Now, as we are just starting to break the 200 moving average, this is what I want to point out is, say if we do drop, we could probably hit 550, 555 in the triple Qs and then push back up to 590 in the triple Qs. And this is what I'm talking about. That drop right there is most likely going to happen again. We will probably drop to around 550, 545, and then push right back up to around 590 in the triple Qs. And then we'll push lower. And then we'll go back up to the 200 again. So wait for those perfect times to get back in the market. Don't just try to predict the market. Try to go with the market. You know what I'm saying? So I just really wanted to tell you that, because I know there's going to be a lot of traders that in their account, and I'm telling you, I've seen some of my best friends go into debt because of it. And that's why I make this channel, is to educate you, and hopefully it, slows that down for someone, because, there's a lot of new traders that, go crazy with $100,000, $50,000, or $25,000 savings account. And they're like, I'm going to short the market because Ron said it's going to drop 30%. It's not going to happen overnight. Ricky said we're going to go into a recession, short the entire market. Let's do 0-day options. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not. So make sure you're doing it at the right times. Now, we did drop today pretty hard, and I do want to point this out also, is how hard are we going to drop? Well, the thing is, when we actually start to sell off, which we haven't, guys, we haven't had a real sell-off. And what do I mean by that is, look at this right here. The top is breaking on the S&P 500. We're just slowly giving out, slowly. Everyone's fighting on that 200 moving average, and we finally broke it. Now, let's take a step back and actually look at the past really quick, because it's going to play out the same way. So when we do actually start to actually reject, this is pretty much where we are right now. We're starting to break that 200 simple moving average, and it starts to give out. Like I said, you'll probably have a bounce, and then you'll have actual selling coming in. And then people are going to battle for that 200 simple moving average, and it's going to take a minute before it actually gives out. And that's probably going to be around 550 in the triple Qs to around 690 in the triple Qs. We're probably going to have another consolidation drop, but it's going to be really aggressive. You can see how it's very simple, but super aggressive here. Now, the real selling is going to start when we actually do go back up to that 200 simple moving average, and then that's when the real selling is going to come. But King, why would that happen then and not now? Well, let's think about it, Jimmy, because I know a lot of people are probably saying, no, we're going to drop tomorrow. This was due to tariffs. This was really aggressive. We don't really have tariffs now. We have a war, and we have the trading route cut off. That's going to take a minute to actually hit the economy. I can tell you Trump is probably going to drag that out longer than he can, do, just to cut rates. I guarantee we're going to be able to cut rates at 550 in the triple Qs because the economy is slowing down, not in a bull market no more. But what I'm saying is inflation's about to pop. FOMC minutes, or FOMC, CPI reports, all those reports won't start triggering bad reports until about 2 more months. And that's where, back here, if you were trading back here, you probably remember when we were trading right here and we were dropping, this was just support levels giving out on the Mega 7. But these really big drops were really just the economy, like just bad CPI reports, FOMC, stuff like that. And that's what I want you to realize is it's going to take a minute before those reports hit the US. And when they do, that's when you're going to get the really big sell-offs. Now, it's really going to come down to also what Trump is going to do. We don't really know what he wants to do. I wouldn't doubt he does something dramatic just to get something like this again, where we could do this. We could actually just drop really hard. So there's going to be 2 ways how Trump can play this. He can go really fast in a bear market and just try to get it down really hard before midterms, or he can take it slow and hit 550, start cutting rates, let midterms come in, let his guy come in office, let those bad reports come in, and then we drop down to 475 in the triple Qs, cut all our rates, and then go into the next bull market. So it's really what Trump wants. And honestly, at this point, I think where we are in the date, March 20th, April, you know, I really think Trump is probably going to take a slow and take the hit on the 2 months, 3 months until midterms. And I think he might choose the slower route. Now, if he does choose a faster route and does do this, you know, more power to you. That means he really doesn't care about midterms. He just wants to get rich really fast, which I don't blame him. Who doesn't? Don't say, well, Trump's a piece of crap because all he cares about is money. That's why you're trading the stock market, right, Jimmy? Everybody wants to get rich. But that's my 2 cents. I just kind of wanted to talk about this before we go into next week. I will be posting more of a TA video over the Mega 7 stocks. So make sure you sub to the video. Sub to the channel, leave me a like, leave a comment if you have any questions. We do have a Discord if you want to come in. The link is in the description or in the comments of the video. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. Market's actually doing something. But let's see what happens.